Okay, so hello everybody and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be doing part 2 for What If Naruto Had the Ten-Tails. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded in a while. I could give another one of my lame excuses, but honestly, I don't know. I just didn't upload. It was only for it's only been like 3 days since I last uploaded, but yeah. Anyway, this is an upload, so if you do enjoy this video, please do like and subscribe. But I don't want to waste your time too much. Let's just get right into this video. Anyway, last time we left off, we were right around when Kakashi told everyone to meet him at the training grounds for the bell test. And with that, Team 7 headed off the next day to the bell test and ended up waiting for Kakashi for a couple hours. But eventually, Kakashi did end up arriving, and yeah. So basically, after arriving, Kakashi started explaining to them how the bell test works and taught them, how there were 2 bells, they had to get them. The person who didn't get a bell would go back to being an academy student. Pretty simple. Now, Sakura was like, but that means one person is gonna have to fail. But Kakashi's like, yeah, exactly. And he just said, start, as everyone went to hide. Now, everyone went to hide, including Naruto in this what if, because he had been personally trained by Hiruzen himself. And in fact, this Naruto had quite a lot of combat experience, because Hiruzen had sparred with him from time to time. And although Hiruzen didn't give him any special care or training, he did always make sure to train him and make sure he is in good shape, even if he didn't treat him especially amazing or anything. He didn't treat him like trash either. So because of that, Naruto, also because he has the Ten-Tails obviously, was extremely powerful. Just having the Ten-Tails in of itself makes you so extremely powerful, gives you a huge strength boost, healing boost, everything really. And Kakashi, looking at Naruto's appearance, was confused at first, but didn't really question it. And honestly, although Kakashi does understand that Naruto does have the Ten-Tails within him, because Danzo told everyone, he didn't predict for the Ten-Tails to make somebody look like a white reptile. Honestly, design choices were made by the writers of Naruto for what the Ten-Tails make someone look like, and I can't argue with them. So, yeah. But either way, back to the what if. The battle starts, and as it starts, Naruto dashes straight in at Kakashi, punching through him as Kakashi poofs into smoke, revealing that he was a shadow clone. As he steps out of the bushes and says, I see, this will be a tough fight. As he reveals his Sharingan, knowing the strength that the Ten-Tails possesses, and already from that one attack, seeing how powerful Naruto is. Now, they start getting into a battle with both of them dashing at each other with powerful attacks, and Kakashi landing a lot of strong blows on Naruto. But really, Naruto, even if they do even scratch him, he can easily heal with them, because, having the Ten-Tails in you literally makes you be if you lose a limb, you can regenerate that. It's really that powerful, which is what makes Naruto in this what if so OP. But the reason Kakashi even stands a chance with his Sharingan is because, he has way more combat experience and knowledge and battle IQ than Naruto. Because talking about brute strength, Naruto is way stronger than Kakashi. But Kakashi, instead of trying to keep up with Naruto's strength, he can use his smarts to his advantage and more like predict what Naruto's next move is going to be instead of trying to react to it. That way, being able to keep up with Naruto and still have the slight upper hand. Although this is still definitely a very close match. As Sasuke and Sakura just observe from the background, just looking at this battle that is going on. Now, after an entire 30 minutes of non-stop fighting, back and forth, exchanging fists with Kakashi started to get tired, starting to lose energy, realizing that he won't be able to keep this up. And he looked at Naruto, guessing that he must be very tired by now, if even he is starting to feel the fatigue. But looking at Naruto, he realized he was literally as energetic as he was before the battle started, if not even more, which shocked him definitely, but he wasn't too surprised either. And he tried retreating by using a substitution jutsu, but Naruto, just being naturally great at detecting chakra in this Ten-Tails mode, was immediately able to sense where Kakashi went and continued fighting him, continuously pressuring him. And even if Naruto didn't have the skills or the technique, Okay, sorry guys, I had to pause the video because my little brother came in the room. But yeah, continuing on with the video. So, as I was saying, Naruto kept pressuring Kakashi with constant barrages of blows over and over and over and over again, starting to tire Kakashi out. And as I said before, I'm trying to make this more balanced, less of an OP what if. But honestly, you guys have seen what Obito and Madara were able to achieve when they went into their Ten-Tails mode. So honestly, this younger Naruto, even being so young, I guess, he's still extremely powerful. And I would definitely say that in his full Ten-Tails power mode, Naruto is way stronger than first half of Naruto Kakashi, right? As eventually, after so much fighting, Naruto started to forget what he was even fighting about. He forgot about the bells, he forgot about everything, and the only thing he could think about was kill, 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 as he just continued to throw punch after punch after punch after punch at Kakashi. And even though Naruto had nearly zero technique, just his overwhelming speed and strength were enough to tire Kakashi out enough that eventually he just gave up, realizing that he couldn't keep on doing this for longer, and if he went on with this fight any longer, Naruto would eventually lose complete control. So he decided just to give up and just gave him the bell, saying that he won. Naruto was definitely surprised at this. I mean, he didn't expect Kakashi to give up, as he just stopped for a moment, paused, went back to reality, kind of snapped out of the sort of thing he was in, and he's started taking breaths, and he was like, "What was that?" As Kakashi said, "I don't know, but you're definitely a strong fighter." And also, Sasuke, Sakura, I know you're hiding there in the bush, but next time, try to contribute a bit more. As they both came back out of the bushes, being I mean, we were planning on doing something, but Naruto just kind of did all the work. As Kakashi says, "Well, I guess you're right." Now, with that concludes the bell test, and Team 7 officially became, a team, Team 7. And with that, they start going on simple D-rank missions where they helped the cat cross the road, whatever, that sort of stuff. All the really simple things that Genin do when they first join a team, that sort of stuff. But I mean, you have the Ten-Tails Jinchuriki himself, and you're gonna send him on D-rank missions? Really sounds like a Hiruzen sort of thing to do. But yeah, so when Naruto eventually got tired of these D-rank missions and asked Hiruzen for a harder mission, he didn't really have much of a reason to say no. And he gave them the C-rank mission, an escort mission to escort Tazna to the Land of Waves, which Naruto happily accepted, honestly. He had no problem with, at least he got to get out the village. So the next day, they all met up at the gate, met up with Tazna, and they were all ready to go to the Land of Waves. So they went off on their way, walking in under the scorching hot sun, and somehow, even though they were walking through the forest, they just still couldn't get the enjoyment of the shade that the trees provided, because they were walking in the path instead of in the forest itself, which meant that it was just them, the sky, and the sun. Which is why when Kakashi saw a puddle coming by, he definitely noticed the demon brothers hiding in it. Not the demon brothers hiding in it, but definitely that something was odd about it, because it hadn't rained in really long. Now, as they were walking by, the demon brothers immediately popped out of the puddle, trying to attack Kakashi and Naruto. And Naruto was quick to react, punching the demon brother in the gut, making him fly into a tree and get knocked out cold, while the other demon brother attacked Kakashi, seemingly killing him. And Naruto realized he was there as well, as he just instinctively, kind of as a reflex, his body just moved on his own as he started going straight at the next demon brother, and before he knew it, he had knocked him out as well with a single punch. At this point, we might as well be calling him One Punch Man. Not really, but Ten-Tails Naruto kind of just has zero difficulty dealing with some of the earlier enemies in the game. Not the game, the series. Sorry, got it confused with something else. But Kakashi went out of the bushes, revealing that he hadn't actually died, as Naruto hadn't even realized that Kakashi had been quote-unquote killed in the heat of the battle that lasted 5 seconds, but still, it was a battle nonetheless. And although Kakashi did get a little suspicious of Tazna, I can't speak, guys, I'm sorry. Suspicious of Tazna, and questioned him, and decided maybe he should question him about the true nature of this mission. He decided to hold off on that for now, which was, of course, until the fog started coming in. You guys already know what it is. It's Zabuza. And Tazna, not expecting this, was just yeah, this is the hidden mist village. Of course there's gonna be some mist. Where else do you expect to find mist? But honestly, Kakashi was easily able to sense that there was something off with this mist. And actually, so was Naruto, as he pointed out that there was some chakra coming from up ahead, as Kakashi said, noted. And he suddenly noticed the blade flying out at them, as he said, duck, and everybody ducked down as Zabuza's executioner blade started flying straight over their heads and sliced into a tree, as Zabuza ended up landing on it. Now, seeing Zabuza, Naruto just asked Kakashi, is he an enemy? And Kakashi said, yeah. And Naruto said, so we're gonna have to fight. as a smirk crawled on his face, getting excited to finally be able to fight another strong opponent. But at the same time, he was both excited for the battle, but he was also kind of scared, worried, because of that feeling that he knew would come of being overwhelmed by the power of the Ten-Tails. It was almost like he loved fighting, but every time he did fight, it would also have consequences, and he didn't know what to think. Either way, as Zabuza came in and started attacking Kakashi, Naruto joined in, helping him with the battle. Now, meanwhile, Kakashi just said, leave Zabuza to me. You guys just watch. I'll show you what... he does that thing where he's like, I'll show you what a Jonin is capable of. And then he ends up getting himself trapped in the water prison jutsu. Except in this version, it doesn't happen. Because since he already had to reveal Sharingan fighting against Naruto, he decides to use his Sharingan from the beginning, just to play it safe and doesn't be an idiot like the first time he fought Zabuza. Because of this, when Zabuza thinks he put Kakashi in the the water prison jutsu, Kakashi actually had him under a genjutsu, and using that, Kakashi was able to gain the upper hand, escape, and just start fighting back. And while that was happening, Naruto noticed another presence, that presence being Haku's. As he pointed it out, and Sasuke and Naruto decided to check it out. Haku, noticing that he had been found, and also realizing that Zabuza was in trouble, so Zabuza probably needed his help anyway, decided to reveal himself, and, said, what, I'll take out these two first, it shouldn't be too hard, and then after that, I can help Master Zabuza out. As Sasuke and Haku started fighting this time, Sasuke saying that, I won't let Naruto get all the credit, being like, normal Sasuke, being like, yeah, I won't let Naruto be better than me this time, doing that entire thing. But really, it doesn't make a difference, as Naruto helps join in the fight as well, and Sasuke was actually kind of able to keep up with Haku in their original battle. But Haku is stronger than Sasuke, but when you put Naruto into the thing as well, now it's a 2v1, I think that's when Haku started getting really overwhelmed and decided to use the Ice Mirror's jutsu, as they were both surprised by what had just happened, and they were trying to understand what the Ice Mirrors were, as Sasuke just threw a fireball at the Ice Mirrors, but nothing happened. They didn't melt, break, nothing. As Haku suddenly appeared from all of the mirrors saying, you'll have to do a lot better than that to destroy these mirrors. They're made with a special type of ice, not the normal type of ice you'd know. You can't just destroy it with a fireball. And with that, Haku started throwing Senbon at them from all directions, as Naruto was able to dodge them, and easily at that, because he was just able to continuously keep dodging all of the Senbon. And Sasuke, although he was having way more trouble than Naruto, and actually started getting hit a little bit, he was still able to mostly dodge it as well. As normally, after unlocking his One Tomoe Sharingan, Sasuke was able to start to keep track of Haku's movement through the mirrors. But Naruto, in this case, having the Ten-Tails, I know, right? Like 10 tails equals OP. I don't know what you were expecting, but yeah. He's able to keep track of Haku's movement through the mirrors, and the instant he gets the opportunity, he goes straight at Haku while he's going in between mirrors and almost hits him, as Haku is immediately shocked, realizing that this kid's potential is probably way higher than his, Zabuza's, and Kakashi's, combined. and starts taking this battle more seriously, realizing that he probably won't be able to beat Naruto, but if he can lure him out and then take care of Sasuke, at least then it'll be a little easier. So again, Haku goes switching from mirror to mirror, this time being more careful just not to get hit by Naruto, as Naruto falls for it, just jumping straight at Haku, trying to land a punch to the face, but barely missing by a centimeter or two. As the instant Naruto is right there and Haku moves into the next mirror, he throws as many senbon as he possibly can at Sasuke. And Naruto realizes his mistake and looks back as a Sasuke covered in senbon drops to the ground, seemingly dead. For a moment, Naruto just stands there, pauses, taking in what just happened, as this is followed by a moment of silence. Nobody speaks, nobody moves, as Naruto just crouches down next to Sasuke, and then, in a speed that shocks Haku, he turns around, giving Haku a death stare that makes Haku like crap his pants, like just scares the living daylights out of Haku, as Naruto just stares at him and says, "You did this. You did this to him. You were responsible for his death. And now, I'll make you pay." As suddenly, Naruto completely loses himself, as Naruto no longer has any control and the Ten-Tail takes over, absolutely shattering the ice mirrors, as he starts, the Ten-Tails at this point starts beating up Haku relentlessly. And before Haku can even get a chance to comprehend what is going on, he gets brutally murdered by Naruto. As Naruto is suddenly in a dark room, floor is wet, and in front of him is a cage. He looks up to the cage saying, "Where am I? What happened?" As the Ten-Tail says, "Your friend died. Don't you want revenge?" And Naruto says, I don't remember anything." And the Ten-Tail just says, Naruto just repeats the question again, saying, "Who are you?" And the Ten-Tail says, "Have you ever wondered why your skin was pale and white, and why you were different from all the other kids?" And Naruto takes a moment to consider this, and suddenly it all clicks for him, because he always thought, he hasn't always explained it as, it's some sort of genetics, you have like this special ability, there's like this beast inside you that you have to tame, like using that sort of an analogy and stuff. And suddenly Naruto realizes that it's all because of this monster, the Ten-Tails. And he says, "So it's you? You're the one who's been causing me all this pain? You're the reason everybody in the village hates me?" As Naruto starts to have tears go down his eyes as he screams at the Ten-Tails, as he says, "Why? Why would you do this to me?" As the Ten-Tails just chuckles, and actually a little surprised that Naruto isn't even scared at this point. He says, "Well, honestly, if I were you, I'd be grateful. I have provided you with power beyond your imagination." And he gets cut off by Naruto saying, "At what cost? Every time I battle, I have to hold back on purpose, because I'm scared. I'm scared that you'll take over." As Naruto says, "Now leave me alone. I'm leaving." As just using his straight up willpower, he exits that area, and he snaps back as he just sees a bloody fist and Haku laying on the floor. He says, "What have you done?" And he turns around looking at Sasuke as he runs back and just starts taking the senbon out, checking Sasuke's pulse, just frantically looking for any signs that he's alive. As this is also about when Kakashi kills Zabuza using his Chidori. And Naruto just looks at Sasuke as he just slowly starts opening his eyes and says, "Naruto, is that you?" And Naruto says, "Thank God you're alive. For a moment I thought you were dead." And Sasuke just chuckles and he says, "You think I'd die that early? I had a promise, said I'd surpassed you. I'm not gonna die until I do that. So don't worry, I'm not planning on dying anytime soon." As he tries to get up, but fails, as Kakashi arrives telling him to stay down, they'll carry him. And with that, they go to Tazna's house, have a good meal, continue building the bridge, take care of Gato. I'm not even gonna go over the whole Gato thing, because he's so weak that he doesn't even need to get covered. He just gets destroyed. And the bridge gets built, named the Great Naruto Bridge, and the Team 7 heads back to the Leaf Village. And honestly, I'm running out of time. This is probably gonna be where I have to end off this episode, part, whatever you call it. Yeah, if you liked it, please do subscribe. It really does mean a ton to me, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.